Hi viewers, welcome to V3 News. Lakshyam Samajahitam. I am Sri Sudarshan. Today our program is on the organization UOLVE, which means you all and we. This is the world's first identity-free organization. It is known as People's Enterprise. They go by the tagline, for the people, by the people, to the people. They say that ideas are not meant to spread, instead to deliver and to execute. To make this happen, they have group of people who have purity mind and have no greediness or ego to accumulate wealth and by helping people in an entrepreneurial way, without collecting any taxes or any donations. They go by this vision to drive innovation and collaboration to deliver happiness. Now, let me welcome Mr. Krishna Heda to know about the organization even more better. Welcome, sir. Sir, how are you doing?
As you know, this is a people's enterprise, so we aim, we are all workers, so everything is well written. So our organization is basically only on execution part. So we actually do not promote any speeches, interviews or any talks. Okay. So it's we promote, we encourage everything should be there in silence and our actions should speak more louder than our words. So but basis on request on several people, we have started this because it's been everybody is habituated to listen, understand and then work, right? Yeah. So we expect people to directly understand and execute. So there is no room for us, so because we all are coming from a Lean Six Sigma background. So our whatever we have learned from my experience, what I feel is there should be the minimal wait time to execute anything. Yes. So this is what we promote, and I know you all are habituated to take interviews, listen to speeches and everything. So our objective is to just understand the problem. So as it is a people's enterprise, so you may be knowing about what Anna Hazare did for RTI, right? Yes. So we are taking a step ahead and we are planning to have an entire full transparency so that we can identify problems, we can identify why there is a problem, what is the problem, what things have been done, okay. So why did this problem was not solved, so what were the challenges, so how was it done, so what are the current limitations with reference to time, limit, cost, etc. So everything will be recorded in that transparent platform, and what are the best practices which are available. Before that, we will identify the exact root causes for that problem, why it is occurring. So most of the times, most of the people just do a superficial work and that problem doesn't get solved for a longer period of time, right? So every time, every 2 years you have to lay down roads, right? Yes. After every 2 years, so that is what, so what we do is we identify the root cause and try to fix it permanently. Yes. And that too, by firstly what we do is we try to look at all the best practices which are available in the world, and we try to see if something can be replicated to get it solved. If it is not something which is not feasible in that particular scenario, then we try and innovate. And this model will be it is from local to global. So the way we are trying to make this entire thing look is you will be able to compare one street in any part of the world with any other street in any other part of the world with specific parameters. Okay. So that is our long-term vision, and in order to do all these work, as you rightly said, we are working on an enterprise model, how all other big MNCs work, like Google, they are providing all the free services without taking even a single amount. So we are inspired by Google a lot, and we would like to take that forward and ensure that we don't collect any kind of charges, donations or any taxes from people by providing a transparent governance in parallel in support with the governments across the world. Okay. So because I feel that today, I'm sorry, I'm speaking a lot. Okay. The reason why I'm saying is because today the stage is set. So the reason is like I am not the alone person who has done everything, because these efforts, if you would have read the entire thing what we have written, so these efforts what we are today, like when we are sitting here, it is not just the efforts of me or our team members who are there with me. So it is an effort of people like who have been contributing from last 400 years, because earlier we were habituated to monarchy, kings and everything, right? So the king used to rule by taking the taxes, and so they used to live a luxurious life. And then the ప్రజలు ఏమంటారు కదా, సో ద ప్రజా like they used to be just obeying their orders. So then people felt that no, there is a need to change, so we moved from democracy. Then there were different forms of democracy, right? So there were almost 20 to 30 different models which were tried across the world. So then at last we are settling at in a democratic level, okay?
Yes.
So now we want to take it even more further and make it an ultimate democracy, or ultimate participative democracy, wherein every person is listened, his problems are solved in a very real-time basis. So that is the evolution which everybody has made, and everybody who has lived on this planet Earth for the last 400 years have been contributed in some way or the other.
Yes.
So it is not just the efforts of us, so it is the effort of everyone.
So it is very nice to know about your organization. Sir, now we have few questions on it. Like as you said, everyone has their own co-ownership in this organization. Then if any problem occurs, like then what you gonna do? Then who is gonna take the responsibility?
Yeah, like what we are doing is we are taking some of the best practices from the democratic way how governments function. So like in a government, like people elect basis majority, right? But we are just doing something different. So people will be elected basis their work, basis their contribution to the society, and they will be elected on certain parameters who will lead the organization and who will manage. So there will be like what we are doing uniquely is like in a government, like there are several layers, right?
Yes.
From central government, then it comes to state government, from state government district, from district municipality, from municipality. So there are almost 100 people to touch upon to get a work done.
Yes.
So practically the hierarchy is very long. So what we are doing is we are cutting it short and we are making it only two levels. One is at central and the another one is at the local. So there will be local sub-working committees. Any person or any place can actually choose their working people basis certain criteria, on basis what the work they have done, how they have contributed to the society. And it is not necessary that somebody should have contributed, because like you are, there can be a person who is a youngster and who is very passionate to work for the society. So that is also fine. So because the platform is completely transparent, so there is nothing, if anybody does a mistake, it automatically will be identified. So we are promoting people from all backgrounds, so their work will speak for them, and basis their work they will be carried forward in the organization.
Then who will
it will be like a private organization, like how private run MNCs companies.
Then who will be the final head or the person who will be answering all these problems, like if anything of that sort occurs?
So it is not as we initially, as you said, like it's an identity free kind of a thing. So there is no specific person per se, like which will be responsible for the entire thing, but the people who are there in the working committee will be their core responsibility to manage their entire work and take the right decisions, and they will be definitely be responsible for anything which happens. So it is not an individual who will be dependent, and we are trying to form clusters of people. Okay. So this is again a very innovative kind of a sequence. So like what happens is there will be different clusters which will be linked to each other. Okay. So what happens is if one person is taking a decision here, so automatically parallelly there will be 3 other clusters, or will form a kind of an organization in such a way so that their decisions are immediately ratified and are observed on a real-time basis, so that even though there is no authority with any person, but at the same time there are other people who can actually see what is happening and they can take immediate corrections whenever it is required. So one committee will take a decision, but when that committee is also taking a very big decision, or say like something has to be done immediately, like suppose if I say that parking spaces have to be removed, like if we promote and if you want to make this popular, so maybe like once this the committee may feel that this is a good decision, but when it goes live and when it is happening, so maybe there will be other people also can observe, and on a real time basis will collect what is the impact to the people and whether people are liking or not.
Yes.
So those things will try to see and collect and try to make immediate real time modifications in that particular case scenario. So like it is a ultimate democracy, as I said, it is like by the people, for the people, to the people.
Yeah.
So the committee is just to gather the inputs, see what is the best which can be done and what can be delivered best. So they are like, they will get the input, they will process, and then they will give the output, and even that output will be again verified, and that output will be an input for some other person to actually see it. So it is a completely, we are looking at a mistake proofing concept.
Okay.
So that there should be no chance for any mistakes to happen, and in case if it happens, it should get immediately detected.
So another thing you told is you won't collect any taxes or donation. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Then,
taxes is not my purview. Actually, we have been habituated to pay taxes. So the point is like we want to collaborate with government, and like we say that our country is so great and we have been leading from so many years because of our great values and traditions and etc. So I am very proud, like we have started something here in India, and because we are being laggards, to be very practical, and we need to accept that, because even though there are a lot of developed countries, so we need to show like what India can contribute at a global level.
Yes.
Right? Because everybody till now we have been actually looking at various other organizations. Our constitution has also been framed basis on all the inputs which were there at that present time. So we want to be innovative and creative, and this is the first of its effort which we are planning to present it to the central government, state governments and governments across the world, so that they can look into it and then they can give their decision. So taxes is not where we will take anything. So it is the responsible people who can see, look at our model, and if they think that this is the right way to go ahead, and if they are able to help us, then it will become very, it can become a very successful in a very short span of time.
Okay. In regard to my question previously, then how will you be paying to the people who work for this organization?
So the first thing is I'll first focus on the revenue model.
Okay.
So like if you are now consuming electricity, right? So do you pay before or afterwards?
Afterwards.
So the same model we are planning to implement. So you get the benefit and then you pay. So so we are trying to make a benefit model instead of a taxation model. So and even while we are paying for the benefits, there are a lot of companies which earn profits, right?
Yes.
So that excess profit will go to people who are not able to pay. Like it can be remote villages or poor people who cannot pay for certain services, right? So we are very optimistic because the common people are very have got still lot of honesty and integrity, and there are a lot of good values which are there in people. So we believe that this model should work, and because there are a lot of organizations like MediaWiki, because they are getting more revenue than their expenses. And they are doing lot of good. Even Google is a good example. So they are giving lot of things free, and then they are earning a lot. So this means that people are opening up, and then there are a lot of open source applications and everything which are working, like Linux is there. So everybody is growing and is flowering like anything. So we think that the stage is set for a big transformation to happen immediately. So like to your answer your question, sorry, like I missed it. So you are saying that how will we pay?
Yes.
So like basis the revenue, we will pay the people basis the work which they have done. So like suppose if you are taking an interview or you are doing some work or whatever it can be. So we will try to see what is the current market value for your work at that particular place. If suppose for taking this interview, if people are charging 10,000, we will pay you that amount. So the only thing is once we start off, so everything will fall in place.
Sir, while taking up this kind of projects, you may be having many obstacles or challenges. Then how do you overcome all this?
We don't see any obstacles or challenges because it is benefiting everyone, right? So I don't see any obstacles or challenges.
Okay. Do you say that this is an alternative for current democratic governance?
No, it is not an alternative as such, because we are trying to actually go with, we are very much influenced with the current governments across the world. So not only just India, like Modi's vision is like Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. So we are just trying to help the governments with our thoughts, and we want them to consider these and take up like as an government's project itself. And we are not only just appealing to Indian government, we will try to scale it up. If we are successful here, we can actually cascade this to every part of the world in the shortest possible of time. So we anticipate that all these can be done in a span of 30 minutes. So it should not take much time, and there are no obstacles, no challenges, nothing. So there is no problem at all, because people are there to serve, people are there to help. And if there is such a good project which is coming up, so which helps people not to pay taxes and avoid all the work, volunteering work and everything, and if everybody gets benefited, I think it should be a simple, immediate implementation across the globe. So maybe if this should have been live, so it should have got executed immediately.
Yes.
So there are no challenges, no obstacles, there is nothing. So as I am saying, the stage is set. So everything is there. So if you would have got a glass of water in front of you, so if you had to drink, what would you have done?
You have to take it and
you have to take it and drink it. So that is all. So it takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes. So I will state something. So like what happens is, like this is not a everybody thinks that this is a very big transformational project, it is a very big project, you are saying that everything will get implemented into. So this is a simple thing. So what we are doing is, we have just taken a common sense approach, which is common in everyone. So everybody wants to help each other.
Yes.
So this is what we have taken this approach, and this is a very simple thing. There is nothing new which we are doing actually, but it is like something like the old wine in a new bottle.
Yes.
Like, okay, so there is nothing what we have taken. So we have taken all the best practices with all the great leaders. So whatever Modi is doing, whatever people across different democracies are doing, so we have studied everything, so we have understood everything, and then we have designed. So it is not like we are a great follower of Modi, because he says that I should not be there, move from I to we.
Yeah.
So we believe in that, and that's the reason we approached VHub. So VHub is a women entrepreneur hub, and we feel that women are the right people to lead such kind of projects, because the qualities what women have is they are very good, and which are not actually, which cannot be seen in any man.
Yes.
So they can sacrifice, they can take care of family, they can do everything, right?
Yes.
They have got honesty, purity of mind is there, they are always got helping nature, right? The mother feeds her child first before she eats.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that these are some of the qualities which we see in women, and that's the reason we have approached VHub, and we have got a very good response. So that is the dynamic culture which we want to happen, because once I went there at VHub, so the first meeting was like, they asked me only 2 questions. What do you want to do? What do you require?
Oh.
So it was very quick, and I gave them within 4 hours. The next meeting was like, you present us with a prototype and let's launch it.
Okay.
So and now their CEO, she is also in Europe.
Okay.
So which means that they are so dynamic that they are planning to even make this news spread across the globe, so that they can feel proud about themselves. So this is what a woman stands for.
Yes.
So whenever they see something good happening, they are ready to accept and promote it as quickly as possible.
Yes.
Right? In our family, if maybe you are also living, you might have seen, if somebody happens, like woman is the first person who manages the family and who takes care and who feeds all the values, like, right? So these are some of the great qualities, and once women come to the forefront and lead the society with right values, I think the entire society will also get transformed in a very easy and a very quick way.
Sir, so can you give the overview of this conversation completely?
Yeah, so like this organization, as you initially started, like it is by the people, for the people, to the people. So what we are planning, what we are currently doing is, we are trying to approach all the MNCs, companies, individuals, government, so that we can integrate with them with fully.
Yes.
So that we don't want to reinvent the wheel anything, and we don't want to, we focus on live and let live.
Okay.
So the point is, if some organization is already doing it, we are going them and we are presenting our thoughts and ideas and stating that, see, these things you already have, you just add these things, and if you want to integrate, please integrate with us. The only problem which you will have is you will become like us. So that is the only thing. It doesn't mean that when they are becoming like us, it doesn't mean that they will become more popular.
Yeah.
They will be able to do lot more better service. Their services will be scaled up. The only thing is, we will not promote anyone to hoard wealth beyond a certain limit. So it will be just on an outcome basis. So you work today, you get whatever you have worked. So that much only. So as per the market price. So when we are saying about it's a non-profit organization, it doesn't mean that we are doing any charity or any donation or any kind of thing. So it is simple enterprise. In this enterprise, it is like a daily wage earner. You work, you will get paid. That is what it is. And because and I would like to say that everything is written, and the values which we are bringing to the table, very few organizations actually follow what the duties and responsibilities which we have laid down. So they are very stringent, and we want everyone to comply, whoever wants to be part or get associated with us, because we want that these should be even scaled up further with some more people who can join us. So we want to actually raise standards or raise and make a continuous improvement. So every day we are striving to improve ourselves, because what I may be taking little more time.
Okay.
So but I'll give you a brief overview of my last 6 months, because I have interacted with many people. So they give me so many suggestions that I made drastic changes into the entire setup. So okay, so in the last 6 months, we have actually made a almost not complete 360, but at least a 270-degree change. So because we got so many good inputs, and we are open to accept any new input which can make us better every day, every moment. Let it come from even a small child or who is in LKG also. We are ready to accept and ready to evolve. So that's the reason we are saying evolve, and we. So we need to evolve every moment.
It is completely transparency.
Complete transparent. So it is based on truth, transparency and trust, with good thoughts to execute tasks.
Thank you, sir. It was very nice speaking with you.
So I would last conclusion is, like, we may not be able to do any further interviews or speeches or like TV shows. So we would encourage people to log on to our site and read it completely, understand it and answer. So in order to save people's time, so what we are doing is, we have posted the questions and answers, both of them, and people are open to contribute, edit, suggest, change, anything.
Okay.
Okay. So we would expect people, and this will also promote literacy, this will promote education, and this will open up new era, new style of thinking, because we don't want, we should speak. So it is the person who is getting benefited will speak on behalf of our organization. So we will try to avoid being on dais. So we are helpers. So we consider ourselves as workers, and the person who is getting benefited will be the face of our organization.
Thank you, sir. It was very nice talking with you.